Today we're talking about the value of mindset, and I need to get into this before I forgot all these things. I've written a bunch of stuff down, but honestly I think today might be a little bit of a longer video, so if you're not already, get yourself comfortable, because this is may well going to be a little bit more of a therapy session for myself. I think I've kind of worked out that about 80% of my mindset is real good, and about 20%, just the same as the rest of me, is pretty fucked up. And it's a huge weakness, and I keep coming up against it again and again and again. And I think most of it, is just being aware. What's the thing that's getting to me or getting in my way? And then it's a case of, oh, yeah, that could just be a silly little fix like that. Oftentimes we're not aware of these things. So firstly, I want to clarify the difference between state of mind and mindset. Okay, now state of mind is a temporary thing. It's a moment thing. So my state of mind, generally speaking, recently, let's just say, since I did it, since the video on doubt, whenever that was, maybe last week, last Monday, Tuesday, something like that, I've had a really doubting frame of mind about the whole, well, it actually started with the whole, I doubt I can quit my painkillers. And you know what? I think I was foolish to even try. It's kind of like, oh shit, he's off his meds. I had a horrendous time, and I really wouldn't advise myself to do it again, especially in the way that I tried it. In the circumstance that I find myself in life right now, it's a bad idea to try and come off them, because it's a whole, like I said, pain, it's all encompassing. It's like mental, physical, it's all one. And so for me, actually, my issues are up there, and I struggle with crazy amounts of anxiety, the likes of which I never realised. I realised all these other things, but I never realised until I started digging into anxiety specifically, which is a future-based thing. You get anxious about the future, about the unknown. That's, yeah, where a huge amount of my issues lay. So maybe I can come up with some things here. So again, with all this life math stuff, it's not me saying, I've got the answers, listen to me, I've got it figured out, you're all stupid, fucking learn some shit. I'll go first, yeah? My cousin was saying hashtag I'll go first is like a thing, but the idea being like, I need to figure this stuff out for me, what is actually valuable to me, for me, in my life, in my world, and it's going to vary slightly for all of us. So we've all got our own bit of life maths to figure out. This is just me showing my work, being an example. Some things for sure I have got figured out. I've tested them time and time again in my own life, and then I've listened to other people and countless other people, often studies, and oh yeah, okay, cool, that proves it then, great, I was on the right track. And other things, I'm still trying to figure it out. This is one of them. So mindset versus state of mind. State of mind right now, I'm very doubtful. State of mind right now, I might be angry. Today I'm pretty low mood, to be fair. My state of mind is pretty open, pretty chill. A lot more so than I was on Friday. Friday was just a monster, and I didn't recognise that. But I recognised that person. I used to be much more of that person when I was a kid. I was so angry, and my mindset, thankfully, while a lot of it has remained the same, enough of it has changed and it's adapted. But my state of mind still slips back into all these other things, and that's the difference. What we have to remember is our temporary state of mind. Like, hey, I want to be happy. Happy is a temporary state of mind. Yeah. So the idea of mindset, it's that it's going to help us to behave in certain ways that are then going to enable us to be more happy more often in the future. But it doesn't mean that we can always be happy. That's not how it works. Okay, so it's like the idea of, oh, I want to be full. Okay, but first you kind of need to feel that hunger, and then you eat, and then you're full. But actually you could just, well, I never want to not be full. I never want to be hungry. So keep eating and keep eating. And there are a lot of people out there who do that. If you're one of them, stop it. It's not healthy. Okay, go and watch a video on exercise. Tomorrow's one is on movement. But the idea of this, oh, I always just want to be happy, 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 happy. I'm happy when this tasty thing is on my tongue and in my belly. Well, that's going to kill you. So again, the value of the opposite flip side of that is, yeah, happy, 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 happy. If that's all you search for, you're going to be really fucking miserable. Value of misery coming up. So the idea being that we can have an overall mindset, a bigger picture mindset for one's life, one's approach to life. So one of my big ones, there are no excuses. I mean, there are excuses, of course. I have loads. We collectively, we have them all. But how does that serve me? How does having excuses and using them readily whenever, wherever, kind of flagrantly, just chucking around, well, I can't have this because of this, and I can't do that because of that, well, I can't go here because of... Well, all right, I mean, again, valid as they might be, handy and helpful as they might be to you in some situations, certainly, okay, to excuse oneself from a thing because you go, all right, I'm a recovering alcoholic, I'm really struggling today, I'm going to excuse myself from this social gathering because everyone's going to be wankered. That is a good thing to do. That excuse is, but it's not that, we use it differently, but to excuse oneself sensibly to a self-serving and therefore community-serving way, great. Because if you're the person who gets wrecked and who just starts smashing up cars and putting bricks through windows, so it's not just good for you not to get wrecked, it's good for the community for you not to get wrecked. And this is what I had the other day when I was off with painkillers. I wasn't in pain. I was weirdly numb, kind of monstrously, callously numb, to the point of sociopathy and psychopathy, and I just wanted to murder people and burn the world to the ground, kind of feeling inside of me. Oh, shit, mate. That's not good for anyone, because when you step out that door, you encounter the world. None of them deserve that, need that, want that, but the way you're feeling, it's like, you just... Wow, mate, think about society at large. You being on these painkillers, being on this medication helps you, man. And it doesn't just help you, it helps them because you're a better you as a result. So don't think about just yourself. Of course, think about yourself. Like I said before, you can only eat for you, sleep for you, drink for you, take a shit for you. You can't do these things for others. You're not going to go down the gym and someone else lifts all your weights and you get well buffed. That's not how it works. You yourself must opt in. But at the same time, I was way out of balance. And like I say on this channel all the time, balance is key. Timing is everything. So long as you can breathe, the rest is easy. And weirdly, my lungs were better. The reason why I tried to stop them is because they were making my lungs worse. Anything inhaled for me makes my lungs close up. My body, however, was way better. So when I came off it, my lungs felt better, but my body felt worse. Not in a painful way, just in a... I'm struggling more to breathe. I feel more tense. I feel more anxious. And this is, what the thing was. So my mindset overall is that there are no excuses, only reasons. So for example, my lungs aren't good, I can't go for a run. Well, no, that's an excuse. The reason is I need to go for a run because my lungs aren't good. It's the same thing, you just got to flip it round. Okay. Oh, I'm not in a space to be able to do this because... No. You need to do this because you're in this space. And yeah, you might not... Say, for example, you're overweight or like I have struggled horrendously with just moving from one seat to the end of the bed, which the seat is right next to get then to the toilet, to then get... And that whole ordeal takes me like 20 minutes because I have to get up, I have to shuffle, I have to sit. Now, my body was physically probably over 100 in the way that it felt, okay, just being able to... like that, and you just shuffle from there to there. And people say, I could never imagine you like that. Oh, please don't even try it. It's horrendous. I never wanted to show that part of me. Always embarrassed and ashamed. I'll just try and deal with it. Maybe that's not a healthy mindset when it comes to relationships. But I saw it destroy families, my own family. So my mindset was, well, out of sight, out of mind. I will suffer on my own. I will try and sort it out, do the best, save my life, whatever it is I need to do. Then when I'm better, healthier, able to, not take everything out on anyone comes close to me, or no one's going to get burnt from coming near me because I can handle everything and I'm physically and mentally okay enough to interact, then I'll start getting on with life. Now, you could argue that mindset is very healthy because I know how destructive I am, but you could argue that it's not healthy for me and others because no one can get close to me, and this is it, and this is where I find myself now, coming up on 40. not having a job, a missus, kids, or really anything to live for in many respects, and not believing, I physically can't have kids, not believing I have the skills to have a proper relationship because of all the damage that has been done in the past, both physically and mentally to me. So I have this very, very torn mindset between my biology, what I want, and what I know I want as well. Like, I've always operated to a higher degree when I've had a woman in my life who's supported me, and I've had many great women in my life, which I've been very, very pleased. You know, I'm not one of these people who has never experienced a relationship. I've actually almost shot myself in the foot. I've had some great relationships with some great women of all different ages and shapes and sizes and places of the world, and, you know, different attributes. Like, this one's got a cracking body, this one's just fun as fuck, and this one is, you know, I had one with a daughter, and I got to be like a little stepdad for a little while, and all these kind of, I've had all of the experiences. It's been wonderful, and I've dated up and I've dated down in terms of age and across, and it's just been brilliant. But shooting myself in the foot in such that, okay, right, so my next girlfriend or hopefully wife kind of deal, they need to have this. Well, that's not a really great mindset to have either, is it? The idea that they have to embody all of the best from previous. I think a lot of people have this kind of mindset of they must equal or be better than, and not just in one category, but all categories. It's just never going to happen. So I find myself in this kind of place thinking I have every reason to give up, every reason to quit, every reason to just get despondent and go, what's the point? Don't get me wrong, I do these things because I have so many reasons to do them. But my ultimate mindset behind it, it's no, we don't quit. We never quit. We die. We don't quit. And don't get me wrong, I've quit, and then I've gone, no, come on, mate, let's get up again and carry on going. And I've died, but not died, so I still haven't been able to quit, and I've tried to die. I really wanted to die, and still my body didn't quit. So again, my body and my mind have this very bloody-minded kind of mentality of like, no. And it's fine. So having this idea of this purpose, like, I'm here for a purpose, I'm here to help educate the next generations. I don't know how, and I'm, the other day I put a piano video and it got more views than most of these others, and my mate was like, yeah, like, that's just really nice. I like it when you play piano. You should just do that. Okay, cool. I mean, I like playing piano. I don't think I'm a great pianist. I don't even call myself a pianist. I'm a pianoir. I'm a drummer who plays piano. But that's not my thing. My thing actually is chatting. I'm really good at chatting. I'm really good at sharing stories and expressing and bringing people together in that way. And someone else said, oh, you should just stick to drums, mate. You should just stick to drums. Fuck all this rapping stuff. Like, what are you trying to do? I'm not even trying to rap. But I also know I'm not a drummer. I see these other drummers out there and they're smashing it. I'm looking at them going, oh my days, that's so amazing. But would I want to spend all my days doing that? No. Would I want to spend all my days just playing piano and putting that out there? No. I have to try to do those things, whereas this I don't really have to try to do. This is just effortless for me, really, and I find it something that I could do regardless of whether I'm feeling great or not great, if my body's a bit beaten up or not, whatever. I would say music's probably my secondary skill. Like, yeah, I'm a pretty good lyricist. I'm good at composing, stuff like that. I want to do more writing stuff for sure, but the whole playing side of things I don't know. So my mindset is still very much torn. I'm still very confused in the way that the how I don't know. How though, I do know. And this is it. I know don't stop. I know keep doing this. I know keep the momentum. I know that it is just about being consistently good versus occasionally great. I know it's about the reps, so I know don't focus on the reps. Sorry, focus on the reps. Don't focus on the results. I know that how. I know it's a numbers game. I know that how. I don't know the exact delivery method yet, but how I'm going to get there is to keep going. How I'm going to get there is to show resilience and to get up and go, oh, I don't feel like doing it. That's okay. You're allowed to not feel like doing it. You're allowed to have a terrible day. You're allowed to kick and scream and do all these things. But what you're not allowed to do is quit. You just can't do that. So you can do all these other things, and however you come to the thing, take extra painkillers, fine, do that. I mean, I used to get drunk a lot and stuff like that. I'm not doing that anymore. Cutting alcohol out of the diet. Cool. Okay. So that's one how. Minus a thing. Don't add a thing. Oftentimes we add things. I said this the other day. We all add. No. Move, remove. Take a lot of shit out. That's oftentimes the best thing. So I have to restrain. I know that how. I have to restrain myself. I have to be more resilient. And I've been so resilient in the past. My mind set in a way of a longer thing, so I have to be careful that it doesn't actually get set in stone in my mind. Being like, the mind is like a garden, okay? So the idea of like something that's set is more like the trees that have been planted, and the garden goes around the tree kind of dictates the flow of the garden, if you like. You have to mow around it, this kind of thing. It's a big sturdy thing, and you think, this is my garden, I'm going to be here for 60 years or whatever it might be. I'm going to plant this tree and it's going to grow me. That's a mindset versus state of mind. But some of the times these state of minds can take hold, state of minds take hold and become mindset. So mine right now is, I've been through so much, and I'm not going to get too into it because I probably will just break down in tears and completely lose all of this. I've been through so much, and not just once or twice, but forever, my whole life, I've never not known it. So you'd think, oh, okay, you'd be used to it by now, but no. Suffering has this weird thing. Torture and torment have this weird way of just fucking with you non-stop. Chronic pain sucks balls. So, and as I say, when it's in the mind and the body, and the body and the mind, and the body gets ill and the mind gets worse, and the mind gets ill and then it tears the body down. It's this perpetual downward spiral, and it's so unbelievably tough to deal with day in, day out. And so I have this idea, self-compassion and all that kind of stuff. And I have to try and be kinder to myself more often. But then what does kind look like? That is the question, isn't it? So my thing of like, oh, I've pushed myself through, and I've pushed myself through, and I've pushed myself through. Yeah, you have. And bloody well done. It's got you here. But it ain't going to get you any further unless you continue to push yourself through. So part of my mindset is, oh, I'm done with that. And then that's my state of mind, let's say. But as I said, even then, mindset, it seems like that's becoming a thing. And I believe I have to stop it. I also believe that there needs to be balance there, because I would push through stupidly and foolishly to the detriment of my future and my health. But that's because I didn't believe I had a future. Now, I do believe I have one. That has fundamentally changed my mindset. Before, I thought I was going to die. I had an inkling I had a future, but I always knew I was going to die. And that was a weird thing to deal with. Now I definitely have a future. How much of a future? I'm not sure, but I want to push for a good one. 80 to 100. 100 would be great if I can manage that. But again, it's not about lifespan. It's more about health span. So I just want to be healthy as possible. And I know that means accepting certain things. Now, the idea of acceptance, that's a mindset thing. What do I accept? Or how much of what? And that's usually what it is. It's not yes or no. It's how much of. Yeah, where's your balance? Do we, don't we? No, we do, but we don't all the time. It's that thing. Is it night or is it day? Well, it's dusk and it's dawn. It's everything is in this balance in the middle. So for me, having I will never push myself through again, that's dumb. Because maybe you're just having a bit of a rough day, but doing these press-ups, doing these pull-ups, doing this climb, doing this run, doing the dog walk, whatever it might be, is exactly what you need to do. It's going to help you, not hinder you. So you do need to push through. You need to push through the discomfort. You need to push through the negative voices, whatever it might be. Oftentimes it's both. The two go together. But never pushing through again is foolish. But always pushing through like I used to, and just be absolutely dead and need to be scraped off of the pavement by an ambulance time and time again because I thought I could do it, and then some old lady had to go, oh, excuse me, you look like you're dying, can I help? And me being like, I think I'm dying, can you help me? That's also stupid, and I'd like to think I've learned since then to be more sensible. But sensible really is just getting a better balance. That's really all sensibility is just being more balanced more of the time. So like I said, my mindset right now is I don't have the skills for a relationship, but I really want a relationship. I really desire a relationship, and I feel like I'm better with a good woman by my side. So I'm torn. I'm really torn. And I'm torn between this idea of, do I need to adopt this mindset of, there's a lot of it online, a lot of these guys trying to be, I do feel like some of them are trying to be as well, extra alpha, and trying to omit certain parts of who they are on camera. And fair enough, maybe it's not set up for them to be their full range of person. I try to allow this to show me to show anyone, sorry, or to the full range of me. I'm not holding anything back, and a lot of it is telling, chunks of my story as well, and then tying it in with how it is today. So maybe it's an element of that, but I do feel like a lot of people trying to be over alpha and over kind of signify these things, and people put too much on a lot of that, and so much of this, their mindset does sink into us, like I have to be like that. So for me recently, the whole money thing, now I don't struggle financially. I have enough. I have food, I have fuel, I have heating, I have a house, I get to go to the gym, I don't have to go to work, and yet I am fine, financially speaking. Best I've ever been. It's actually lovely. I'm stable for the first time in my life in that way. But I'm not rich. I don't have amounts of money to just go and spend on holidays and lavish things. And so when I hear online that, oh, well, if you haven't got at least this much, you shouldn't even think about dating, it really speaks to that insecurity in me that says, yeah, mate, like, you ain't shit, man. You got nothing. You got no job. You're fucking useless. As a man with no job, you're useless, mate. You're just a leech on society. You're just taking. You ain't worth dick. And so that becomes your state of mind, which over time becomes a mindset, and you think, yeah, I'm useless, I'm this, I'm that, and all of the negative things. I'm this, I'm that, and the rest of it, but negative things. Because you never say, I'm this and that, and the rest of it, good things. You say, I'm amazing, I'm cool, I'm this, We always name things, but I am this and that, and the rest of it, nothing good. And I'm too poor to take a lady out and have a nice time. And that's kind of my mindset. But I have to stop myself and say, mate, though, but really, though, for true, is that the case? Is it true that you, without money, haven't been able to pull? No, it's not been the case, in my experience. Like, forget what's out there online. Forget all the narrative and everything, all the noise from every other one out there. If you just look at your own experience, your history, for yourself, and your set of skills, have you still been at a pool with no money? Yeah. Have you been at a pool and they've paid and they've still been happy about it? Yeah. Well, how the fuck have you managed that then? Oh, well, I've got these other skills, these other attributes. Ah, right, there we go. So they're talking to the masses. But if you're like me, a fucking rare creature, like, they don't come more rare than someone like myself, that can be a devastating thing, because you don't feel like anyone gets sure you fit in anywhere because you're so fucking rare. But at the same time, can be massively valuable if you know how to actually market those rare attributes and that sort of thing. Oh yeah, of course. So I'm listening to this thing. Oh, well, if you ain't over 6 feet tall, well, hold on a minute, mate. You're 173, 5'8". Have you been out of pool girls in the past? Well, yeah. And have you been out of pool girls even taller than yourself? Well, yeah. And have you liked them? Yeah. And have they liked you? Yeah. Okay. So can it be done? Yeah. Okay. So you pull women older than you? Yeah. You pull women younger than you? Yeah. Yeah, it can be done. So why are you listening to all this noise telling these, and you don't have to be this. I mean, yeah, I got like a rocking abs kind of. Let's see how it looks here. Can we see the abs? Oh, look at the abs. I got that look, and I'm not going to be bragging here. I'm not like hanging like a 12-inch or anything like that. But the old words, it's 6-pack, 6-inch, 6 figures. I haven't got the 6 figures, but I'm pretty comfortable with the other things. That's all I'm going to say. But the idea being that you have to be this just to get into the game. No, that's bollocks. But that's been my mindset lately. And my mindset lately has been, mate, you don't even want the hassle of a relationship. You don't even want this and this and this and this. Yeah, but at the same time, you don't get to just pick and choose to have the good bits. And you go, no, I don't want. And this is what we do on the internet now. It's so easy. I'll have all these good little bits that I want, and none of the friction, none of the hassle, none of the bullshit that I don't want. But it's this that actually makes this. This ain't worth shit without this. If every day's a sunny day, what's a sunny day? And if every day's a sunny day, everything would die. We need rainy, stormy days. We need the whole thing. We need the nuance. We need all the intricacies. Value of nuance, value of intricacies coming out. All of these things we know. I've got a list. It is now 500 strong. I've got them up behind the camera, all these different values, all these things in life. Money is one of them. Height is one of them. Abs, I don't even think is on there. But this idea being that in the dating world, I don't feel like I'm worth shit because I'm listening to the narrative that's out there. And I know from my own personal experience, that narrative is bollocks. And the online world is like an echo chamber. So my mindset has been so altered just by listening to more stuff online. Now, on the flip, I've actually had a lot of things reinforced, a lot of things retold to me that I'd forgotten, and some new things that I've learned. So if my mindset is I'm never going to go anywhere that challenges me, that I struggle, and that, is going to be tough for me to navigate, like I went to Albania, mate. Jump in a car in Albania, fucking nuts. Fun. But when you're driving a hire car that you got like a 1,500 quid excess on, one little scratch, one little something, you're like, shit. But hard to navigate, mate. It's hard to navigate around that kind of part of Europe. You go, what is it, Croatia, down through Montenegro and down somewhere else. And then Bosnia-Herzegovina might have been, and then down into Albania, mate. And then Macedonia. All of that, no map. No map, just driving around, just thinking, I reckon it's about that way. And that's it. And you navigate, it's hard, it's challenging, but mate, that's where it's at. So if you say to yourself, I'm never going to do anything that challenges me, I'm never going to do, well, again, we had challenges, we've had opting in for the hard experience. You're going to get more value from that. You're going to become a more valuable person. So if you're lacking in certain traits, and your mindset is, I'm going to avoid anything that reminds me that I'm lacking in these traits. So every time I hear about the money, I'm like, but I have to fight against it. And that fight can make you stronger. And if you've got a mindset of, I'm never going to quit, you will get more resilient. You will get stronger. You will continue to improve and progress through your life. But if you have the mindset of, someone needs to remove that from my life because it's making me uncomfortable, it's their fault, it's their problem, I'm a victim, you're going to have a shitty life, and you're going to bring everyone down around you. So for me, it's a no-brainer. Don't do that. Yeah? And be the resilient person. Be the person who is willing to challenge themselves, who's willing to be humbled time and time again. And I've had so many times, like yesterday at football, in front of about 20, 30 geezers, I kicked the ball up in the air to get it back over the net to the other pitch because they had come over our side. And it went and slid down I was like, no! Slid back in my side. The one thing we should all be able to do is just kick the ball back over. No, fucked it up. But you know what? I put it down on my wall the other day, and some of you may disagree with this, some of you might take offence to this. I don't care. Because to me, and this is my mindset, my opinion on a man's mindset, a real man can take a punch and a joke and respond with laughter. That to me, I'm like, yeah, bang! And you go, that's a good punch, man, well done. And someone else could insult you, whatever the fuck, oh yeah, your height, you lack a job, whatever it might be, the fact you're going bald, that doesn't matter. That's fine, man. It's funny. It's got to be funny, obviously. If it's a joke, ain't a joke unless it's funny. People go, well, that's not funny. We shouldn't joke about it. So you can joke about anything as long as it's funny. That's the whole point of humour. So, to me, I often play the mindset game of, like I said, I have this mindset, but then I'll flip and I'll be all doubtful and all resentful and vengeful and petty and all these other really insecure, nasty things to be. And I'll feel, yeah, but because of this and because of that and because of the rest of it. And I'll take a step back. And I'll go, yeah, you're right, you're valid, but how does that serve you? And how does that serve others? How does that help? Let's just take that forward. Let's just take this mindset, this mentality forward. 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. Let's say you want to live to 80, 100 years old. That's another 40 to 60 years on this earth. With this mindset that may help you in the right here and the right now. So again, it's a mindset, not state of mind. State of mind can shift, but a mindset that says, this is how I look and view everything. This is how I behave naturally, just as a reaction to these things, this is what I do. This is my mindset. Yeah, it's set on this setting. Default setting is this, unless I change it. How does that play out? And I think, with that and then that, and oh, mate, that's going to be miserable. If I give up any kind of effort on anything and all I do is sit around indoors and, well, I stop showering and I stop trying, well, I've done that before, and then I just wind up getting more and more ill. Yeah, I've done that before. And then you just want to die. Yeah, I've done that before. Well, how's that? I mean, and then what? And then the hospital saves you again, and then you're back there again, and then it's just this perpetual, like, sit indoors, just get too ill, hospital saves you, sit indoors, get too ill, hospital, until one day you just, is that how you want to exist? Fuck no. All right. So let's look at some other options then, eh? Let's think about what could be a fun life. What would be a way you'd want to spend your day? And sometimes you have ideas, these really like, oh, wow, yeah, this and this and this. All right. Easy, son. Calm it down. That is a one-off event a year. That's a one-off event a decade. Great, so you might have a few of these left in your life, and you might have a few dozen of these left in your life, but I'm talking about how do you want to approach your everyday life? And that's a very different mindset. So this idea, like I want to retire at 30 because I'm going to die at 32 and I want to have a few years off to enjoy being ill. Great mindset. If you know for sure someone's going to come and bang and you're done at 32. Well, I believed it because I was told it, and it was just this sort of thing that I had looming over me. But if that's not the case, and the idea, I want to retire young just so I can, sit on the beach and sip cocktails, that's going to be a really shit existence. You're going to get so bored because the person you are that's got you there to retire young isn't going to be satisfied with that life. It's this weird paradox, the real beautiful irony, yeah? So for me, I look at about 80-20 side of things, right? So 80% of the time, I have a really good mindset, a really good, healthy mindset. 20% of the time, okay, it's a state of mind that sucks, but it's not going to override that 80. And in that 20%, 80% of the damage is done in that 20% of the time. Me just smashing shit, kicking off, smashing a microwave like I did the other day. I have to go and buy a new. Oh, mate, all these things. Why? Just okay. It's cool, man. It's cool. Forgive yourself. That's a state of mind. 20% of the time, your mindset is such that 20% of it sucks. And a lot of damage is going to be done at that time. But you know what? You're going to learn some stuff because you're not going to quit. You're going to carry on. And you're going to work on it. And you know what? You may have to accept that part of you is always going to be there. So we can mitigate against it. And then obviously we can deal with it as and when it occurs. Or we can try and do our best, but that is really all we can do. Okay, good enough is indeed good enough. And this has really become a mindset now with these videos. Good enough is so important. It's enough. I'm enough. Am I as fit? No. Am I as? No. Am I what? No. But you are enough. And this has certainly sunk into me with doing these videos. My mindset in that way has changed. I hope that with regards to the whole money side of things, because what I'd love to do, this is what I actually love to do, prove by having £0 and 0 pence in my bank account, or no bank account at all. This may be naive, this may be foolish and ridiculous. This is it. Part of me wants to try it. But I want to prove that you can be a really high value man and have no money. I don't know why that really appeals to me to prove. And maybe the idea of having to prove a point is detrimental to me. We'll see. But the idea that I can add value in other ways by being persuasive, not manipulative, but persuasive and influential in other ways, that people will say, I want to give you stuff that equates to whatever it might be, the value that they feel I've added to their life. That's what appeals to me. That's the sort of the noises in the back of my mind when I used to chase money. And then when I got really, really ill, this whole load of things shifted. And I want to be just as successful. I want to have access to just as much stuff in that way, but it's more through the people that have the stuff. Because for me, it's not about the stuff, it's about the people. And actually having just fucking phenomenal people in my life, great relationships, and being able to spend quality time with quality people in quality places. That's what it is for me. Obviously, I need the balance as well. So having no money potentially is dumb, but having loads of money is also potentially dumb. I don't know. But I do feel like potentially, at least potentially, something that I could do. And I think I'd enjoy doing it. And that's the other thing, isn't it? My mindset is, man, you've worked to work. You've worked to stay alive. You've worked in all these ways to do these things. But then at football, one of the dudes said it last night. He's like, remember, we're here to have fun. That's what we're here to. We get annoyed, but guys, we're here to have fun. Don't shout and scream at each other because we're here to have fun. Yeah? And so it can be frustrating when, yet again, it's a 3-on-1 situation. You've set your strikers up. And for whatever reason, twists of fate, their keeper was amazing. He is a great keeper. But we still can't get it. And you're like, guys, it's been 10 tries and 2-on-1, 3-on-1, and we keep fucking it. What's going on? Anyway, we're here to have fun. So you have to learn to laugh at it. It's funny. Plus, flip it round. How well are the other team doing? How good is that one defender and one keeper? That's amazing. That's fun to watch, you know. Let's watch it play out. I've done my bit. Cool, I'm back here. If you need me, I'm here. You know where I'm at. And then, it's just, again, that mindset. If my mindset was, we must win this game, versus we're here to have fun and just exercise and move around and socialise. You know, have a bit of a giggle, bit of lightheartedness. That's the difference, isn't it? It's a mindset, it's an approach to life. So one of the things is I've got on my wall upstairs, again, I've said it so many times, in my bathroom, writing on my tiles. One of them is my beehive. I'm actually going to add to my beehive, and I want to get some of these tattooed on me as well. The idea of bees are very necessary, actual physical bees, right, in the world. That's my impression of a bee. Out there in the world, very, very necessary. If we get rid of bees, then we're all fucked. Well, there are ways, I believe, it does help us to be. Yeah, if we can be cool, be kind, be patient, and be brave. Be strong, be wise, be honest, and behave. So those are the ones I've got upstairs. Then we're going to have a much healthier, much happier, generally speaking, life. Yeah, we're going to have much friendlier interactions with more quality people in more quality places, that kind of stuff. So be cool, be kind, be patient, be brave, be strong, be wise, be honest, behave. And the one I really struggle, and this is about, because there's 8 of those, it's about the 20%, I really struggle with patience. Like I said the other day in whatever video it was, my big thing is time. I feel like I have none. So I get so anxious that I'm running behind. The future's just getting ahead. And nope. But I struggle with it almost every moment of every day. So for me, patience. And I've been working on it for years, almost the entire of my 30s. I've been working on patience. And I say it to myself and I write it places. And I got slow is smooth, smooth is fast. And now I added build a future, make it last, because I like rhyming stuff. But the idea being that if you can approach your days, your tasks, your issues, with those kind of qualities, being cool, be cool. It means you're able to take a breath before you react and instead respond because you're cool. You can just take a beat, just be cool. When it comes to dating and comes to approaching women, and women, same deal for guys, whatever. So many people just aren't cool. Just be cool, man. People just get so... Yeah, I mean, look, I'm not saying go out and thieve shit. I'm not saying go out and thieve shit. But if you thieve shit, you have to learn to be cool. Because your heart rate starts to go and you start to sweat and you start to panic and you start to give it away. Mate, it's the panic that kills you. It's the panic that will get you done. If you just be cool and approach everything you do in that be cool kind of manner, you're going to get so much further in life. You don't have to be confident. Just be cool, i.e. non-reactive and not so stressy. Just learn to breathe. Yeah, and that's how we can be cool first and foremost. So That alone is a great way to approach every situation. Mindset wise, if you're just thinking be cool, just be cool, just be cool, be cool. As I say, don't go and steal shit, but it'll come in handy if you go around stealing shit. Be cool. It's so valuable. And, you know, obviously coming up, being kind as well. How great is just someone being kind and smiley and helpful. You know, like, holy shit, what's going on? Is it my birthday? Like, did I just win the lottery? Why? Because so few of us, just in every day, and I'm including myself in this, oftentimes I'm just not kind. I'm impatient, I'm annoyed, I've got a scurly kind of face. Now, flip that. Other times I am so kind. About 80% of the time, actually, I'm really kind. So I went off. This is lovely little charity shop purchase. I'm loving the hood. I'm loving the fit. Okay. So I just went out into town the other day, and I thought I just need some new tops. I need some new stuff. Doing these videos, I thought I can't just keep wearing the same shit. I look poor. I can't look poor. I can be poor. But I can't look poor. So I do a lot of charity shop shopping. Some of the best stuff I got is from charity shops. And it was like £4, £5, something like that. And I was just walking around, and a lot of the older ladies in there, and I'm just chatting, I'm being kind and fun, and, you know, just having a bit of a laugh with some other human beings, and being kind in the way that, no, it's fine, take your time, don't worry, I'm not in a rush, I've done what I've needed to do for today. So there's no kind of hurriedness about your day. You don't need to get anyone out of the way. Now, again, I definitely am like that 20% of the time at least. And I have definitely been like that a lot more of the time. But it's not a way I like to be. And it's certainly not a way I'd like others to be. You know, I like to be a more kind and courteous driver. I don't like when but I was the other day. I'm like, boom, down the road because I'm fucking so anxious, annoyed, and everyone needs to move. Mate, be kind, man. Be cool, number one. Be kind. Be kind. Allow someone out. Weirdly, you'll probably get there quicker. It's just, again, one of those beautiful ironies of life. Being patient, like I said, man. I just have to keep telling myself this every day. But patience really is a virtue. Patience, not passivity, and not sort of just leaving it and leaving it and leaving it and leaving. No. Patience is a whole different thing, which we'll get into another day. Value of patience coming up. But patience is something I still really need to work so much more on, and I believe that will really help me with my whole dating side of things and the whole idea of this relationship and the whole, just the whole journey that I've got ahead of me, physically, mentally, all the work I've got to do still, and all this kind of stuff. I just need to be way more patient with everything. So that is the biggest takeaway for me today. Brave. I'm hella brave. I am well brave. Don't get me wrong. Oh, mate, I might be trembling like a shitting dog, but I'm still going to do it. Still going to do it. That's my mindset. My mindset is of a brave, courageous person. Yeah? I'm afraid to go over the hill and look in the cave, but I'm going to go over the hill and look in the cave. It might kill me. Yeah. I could get really hurt. Yeah, I could get really hurt. Yeah. But that's my mindset. My mindset is, if nothing else, someone's got to do it. Someone's got to do it. But usually, you know, it's just the idea of, I've been through so much, so many things, and not just a physical thing or a mental thing or a one-time thing or whatever, but day in, day out, night out for 40 fucking years. It's almost like there's nothing out there that can hurt me anymore. I'm totally my own worst enemy, and I'm looking for cool ways to die. So brilliant if it is the thing that ends me, that kind of thing. So I do have very much of the time, very much of a bring it on kind of attitude. You know, I am very, very brave. So I'm really glad that I've got that one dialed in like 99% of the time. Pretty strong, getting stronger, want to be stronger, need to be stronger, especially certain parts of my body are very weak. Same with my mind. Doesn't, strength it's a mind-body thing. It's also a mind-body connection. So there's that. Like the mind can be strong, the body can be strong, but if there's not a good mind-body connection, it's also another thing. So I am getting stronger. I am already pretty strong, but there is still a way to go on that. Wisdom. Getting wiser. See, I don't know if you can see, you probably can't. But years ago, I said to my cousin Tony, I was like, mate, cool, look at all these greys coming in. Don't you want to dye your hair? He's like, mate, these are my wisdom highlights, son. He's like, fucking earned these. Ooh, wisdom highlights. I like that. It comes from experience. Every worry, every this, every that, all the rest of it, it all comes out. So I'm getting some nice, again, you can't see them, but I've got one big grey one in the middle of my beard there. Not sure if I've had a grey pube yet. I'm not going to show you, but I'll let you know if it ever happens. But the idea being, I definitely am getting more wise. Am I wise? Well, no one's wise all the time across the board. But I'm becoming more wise more often, and I really like that. And wisdom is not knowledge. Knowledge is, well, you know the theory. Wisdom is you're actually able to apply the knowledge. That's wisdom. And often wisdom is which, and choosing left or right, choosing up or down, choosing whatever it is. That's the key. And knowing that about 25% of the time it's the opposite and how powerful that is. Wisdom's a real complex thing, but we'll get into the value of wisdom another time. And behaving, well, I said this the other day, generally speaking, the better I behave in a day, the better that day goes for me, the better I feel about the day, and the better the next day goes for me as well. So again, I'm working on behaving. For me, it's a balance thing. It's, you know, like I said, I cut out alcohol. I'm not a partier. I'm not a wild animal in so many respects. But at the same time, I might, you know, eat half a pack of cookies or biscuits, whatever you want to call them, too many. I may have an extra whatever it might be. I'm not behaved in all senses of the word all the time. I'm still a bit of a slave to my impulses, my urges, and definitely something that needs work. But generally speaking, I'm way more sensible and better behaved than I used to be. So again, these kind of things, it's all a mindset. Yeah, if I didn't have a reason to behave, well, fuck it, nothing matters, I've got no wife, no kid, and my mindset was poor me, I'd behave in some fucking horrendous ways. And fuck anyone else, fuck what they feel, because I'm struggling. And this is kind of how my mindset was on Friday. Like, fuck the world, I'm having a hard time. Mate, no. Like this, yeah, you might have good value, but no. I'm not going to fucking have that. And so, fortunately, that coach me, dad me, you know, hire me, is looking down on kid me, that one who fucking throws his toys out of the pram, flips off and all the rest of it, and says, no, I'm not going to fucking have that behaviour. And that's really important that you've got that in your life. I think it's really, and that's been instilled from my parents for sure. But then I've carried it through. Discipline, the idea of you get disciplined to learn discipline for yourself. And again, anyone who's been through the armed forces, to any high degree will speak to this. You learn discipline and it's kind of shouted and screamed and almost beaten into you, physically, driven into you, mentally screamed into you. And then you learn that for yourself because you realise just how fucking important it is. And so, yeah, behaving, man, it is a state of mind. Having that state of mind that says, no, it's better when there are kids around, I swear. I don't swear at all when there are kids around, in fact. And at football, people keep saying, can you stop swearing a little bit? I struggle to behave in that way because there's no kids around. And I think kids are super important in this world to help us all behave just a little bit better because we know we're role models and examples, value of coming up. Oh, while we're at it, if you're liking this, like and subscribe, leave a comment about all of these things about mindset. You know, things you might struggle with your mindset, things you think that you spotted throughout my videos if you've watched them, and you can point little things out. Chris, did you know that you think this and you say this a lot? Oh, mate, cheers. Not judgmental, you're a fucking wanker. Well, I can if you want. I mean, I'm not stopping you. It'd be nice to have the comments. But the idea being that, you know, again, get involved. All this kind of stuff is not me saying I've got it all figured out. I want to build a community. I want to actually meet people in real life and talk about these things because they are the things on my mind. If you're a woman struggling with dating and have any experiences, what's your mindset towards it? Is it healthy? Is it unhealthy? Why might it be healthy and unhealthy? What sort of things could you work on? If you're a guy struggling with these kind of things, again, dating's just this thing because it's on my mind at the moment. It could be all manner of different things. What's your mindset towards that thing? And have you noticed any holes in it that you could sort of go, hold on a minute, that's maybe not that healthy. That's maybe not that beneficial. That's maybe not going to serve me, you know, in 10 years' time, even though it's a great little excuse to have right now to get at the things I don't want to do. Share your experiences and share this with anyone who might benefit from this. Again, it's not for me, it's for the algorithm. I do these videos for me because I watch them back, but for all the rest of it, it's for the algorithm. If you think it's worth hearing, then share the love and all the rest of it. And I'm going to finish, and I've said this one before, but I'm going to finish with this because this is my mindset, my approach to life. I need to instill it in myself more, but I need to share this with you so that I start sharing it with me more. So we're going to end with this. Then you can get off your phone and get the fuck outside and do some exercise. Live life with humility, humour, grace and style, and keep it super simple. Remember, Balance is key. Timing is everything, and so long as you can breathe, the rest is easy. Therefore, keep moving, keep smiling, cry if you need, moan if you must, but don't you dare quit, you magnificent fuck.